James, I've just been talking to Jeb Brannan about this competition and the sort of slight strange situation the club finds itself in with a final group game where you can't qualify. Now, he's made it really clear that what's important is there's development for the players that do play. Having been around this club a long time, having been around the first team for quite a long time now, how significant will it be to get an opportunity like that, even though to the outside world it might look like a game that there's nothing to play for?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good experience for myself. Obviously, being here for so long, I've always dreamed of making my debut or having the opportunity to express myself on the pitch in front of the fans. So I think it'll be a good day.
Are you the kind of guy that gets nervous about things?
I'd say a little bit. It's just natural to be nervous about it. It's just how you deal with it and how you showcase what you can do when you get on the pitch.
I guess being nervous shows you care, right?
Well, yeah, obviously. Obviously, if you weren't nervous, it would just be a meaningless game. Yeah, like I said, when you can use your nerves to help your performance and try and do the best you can.
Do you think it's different being a goalkeeper to an outfield player and being around a first team group, because it's a specialised position? You'll go and work with the two recognised first team goalkeepers, with the first team goalkeeping coach Matt Gilks. How much does that help you feel part of it? We see you warming up with the keepers, for example, before almost all of the games. Is that an easier way to get transitioned into first team football, do you think?
I think a little bit, yeah, because you're with a small group, like you said, with the two other keepers and the keeper coach. I think it's easier to fit in with them, and then when you can bring that into when you go into or the shape or the team drills, you can bring that sort of calmness because you're around that sort of group. Yeah, I get it.
How much do those guys help you? Because I guess you've got Matt Gilks, who's been there and done it and played in the Premier League and coached at different clubs. And then Michael Kelly is an experienced keeper. And then Ollie Wright has come in on loan from what was a Premier League academy, now a Championship Clubs academy. But he's had spells on loan in non-league as well. So he's been in your position of getting that first-hand, first-team experience. Do they all have something to offer you in terms of passing things on?
Yeah, of course. It's just natural. Obviously, older players than me, everyone just shares their opinions on what we could all do better, and I think it's a really good environment for all the keepers to keep improving and keep pushing each other to do the best we can as a group, and hopefully that helps the team out in whatever way possible. So yeah, I think it's a really good environment at the minute.
Is it true that you have to be nuts to be a goalkeeper? A
little bit, yeah. You got to do whatever you can to stop the ball going in, so I guess someone could say that, yeah.
How did you end up in the position of being the keeper? When was the first time somebody said he can go in goal, or you said I'll go in goal?
I don't know, I think I just naturally just went in there. Obviously, before football I played a bit of rugby, so I was all right, using my hands, catching things and stuff like that. So yeah, just straight away from young I just went in there.
Was it something you were immediately good at?
Well, obviously it takes a lot of while to do what you can and progress, but I thought I was okay, yeah.
Because sometimes these things have to be worked really hard on. Sometimes goalkeepers might have been outfield players who've been converted. I'm always interested by guys who say, no, I went in goal and I enjoyed it and I wanted to be a keeper straight away. Was that the case for you?
Yeah, a little bit. Obviously, I tried my spells outfield. I wasn't very agile like your wingers or whatever. So naturally, I felt right in there. I could maybe do a good job here. So yeah, I just tried to push it the best I can and got to where I am today. So yeah, hopefully I can keep pushing that further.
We used to hear, and I think we do hear still quite a lot about the physicality, the growth, the size of young players and how that can be an impediment. How have you found that? Because you walk in this room and I think he's a big boy for his age. Has that always been the case? Have you always been, ahead of that growth curve?
I have been majority taller than the rest of the lads, obviously in my age groups, but I think you can, whatever size you are, you can always work on the things you're good at as well. Obviously, you can always strive to be better in whatever you can do. So if it means you get an advantage over the next player or you can help the team, like I said before, in whatever way possible, then I think that's something you have to try and look at. And
you said earlier you've been around the place a long time. What's your first memory of getting involved with Accrington Stanley? When did you sort of have that badge on your chest for the first time?
I think it was after primary school one day, coming here and signing, standing in the stand down there, getting my pictures, all that. So I think that was a very memorable day for myself.
And I guess it's not just about you, those things, is it? It'll be family, it'll be friends, it'll be schoolmates that you've grown up with. Yeah. I guess you're representing all of those people who've supported you, and perhaps getting out on the pitch in a first team game will be in some way a reward for those guys.
I think a little bit, yeah. Obviously, the main one will be my dad. He spent all them years trying to travel me over here and spending them long nights at the hub or at the college where we used to train. So yeah, I think it'll be a very rewarding night for my family at least. Yeah.
Does it make you feel quite proud?
Yeah, a little bit, knowing that I'm putting that time to good use and trying to do the best I can for myself, for my family, and all the rest. So yeah.
And I guess if you look round your changing room, there's quite a lot of examples that have come through this route, whether they've come from the local area, they've certainly come through the club setup. You know, guys like Angelo Papula, who's one of the younger ones,
yeah.
Henderson, O'Brien, Dan Martin, guys who are around the place and have been around a long time. How much does that help you? How much can they give you in terms of encouragement and support and insight into what it's like?
I think it's really good that there is players that have shown the way through, and I think it all adds up. Like obviously, like you said, all the lads there, and obviously like Ross Sykes, who's doing it brilliantly as well, all that sort of stuff. So I think it's important that there is them players that have shown the path through. So it gives you that bit more encouragement and excitement to try and make your debut and try and progress the team what you can as well.
And regardless of what happens in this EFL Trophy game, the final group game that we've discussed, how much do you have to show that the management team can have faith in you in a league game, in an FA Cup tie, whatever it might be, if you're required?
Yeah, I think it's just where you're up to at the minute. So if you're progressing well, then you're always there to be called upon if you're needed. That's why it's important, like, to train the best you can each day, and then if you are needed for whatever circumstances that you might find yourself in, then you're ready to be used and to have that faith and the trust of the manager.
Do you expect it to be a big step up from being the sub-keeper and being prepared to come on if necessary to actually going out from the start?
I think obviously it'll be a bit of a change to what I've been used to recently, but yeah, I'm excited for what might happen and just take it as it comes, really, yeah.
And we talked about nerves. I guess that's the other factor, isn't it? There'll be excitement, won't there? There won't be too many people excited about Leeds Under-21s in the EFL Trophy, but I guess you and your friends and family will be right up there in terms of what this means.
Yeah, it's just, obviously, it'll be just another step on the journey, I think, and hopefully, like, if there's more games to come in the future. So, yeah, it'll be a good little step up, yeah, for sure.